Universal Music Group gets sued. Yup, they got sued. That's a big dog. Universal Music Group is a big dog record label, major record label, one of the richest record labels out there. They own companies, they own record labels like Young Money, Cash Money Records, and a whole lot of other record labels they own. So Universal Music Group, they owned by Lucian Grange. That's the CEO of the company, Lucian Grange. I don't know if they're owned by Lucian Grange, but I know he's the CEO of the company, the top dog in Universal Music Group. And we about to talk about Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit recently sued Universal Music Group for $200 million. Here we go again. Here we go again with record labels robbing artists. Here we go again with record labels taking advantage of artists. Here we go again. It's like the shit ain't stopping. 300 to freedom. 300 to freedom. You already know what it is. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm going to bring the truth to you. I'm going to bring the real information to you. It's up to you what you want to do with that information. It's up to you as an artist. It's up to you as an entrepreneur. It's up to you as a brand what you want to do with that information. So I'm about to pull up the article talking about the issues that Limp Bizkit and his band is having with Universal Music Group. That's the label I'm guessing he's signed to. But it could be one of those situations where he's signed to a label and Universal Music Group is the parent label, right? So you could have the parent label here, but then you have the next label under there. So it's a possibility that Limp Bizkit is probably signed to this label, but he's suing Universal Music Group because they're the parent label who cuts the checks to the labels under them. I don't know if y'all remember some years ago, Lil Wayne had issues with Birdman because he was owed millions and millions of dollars. And Cash Money is a label that's under Universal Music Group. So Universal Music Group is the parent company to Cash Money. It's the parent label to Cash Money. And what Universal Music Group did was they cut a big check to Birdman because Birdman is the CEO of Cash Money. And Birdman never shared the check to the people, to people like Lil Wayne on the label. And that's where you get lawsuits years later when the artists finally realize they've been getting robbed the whole time. This is how you get lawsuits years later when the artist finally realizes they've been getting robbed the whole time. This is how it happens. Because Universal Music Group, being the parent company, the parent label, they cut a check to just whatever label is under them. They may not cut the check. They may not cut the check specifically to what artist is on that label under them, but they'll cut the check to whatever label that artist is signed to, and it's up to the owner of that label to give out the checks appropriately to who deserves it. So Limp Bizkit, he's suing the parent company, which is Universal Music Group. I don't know if that's the direct record label he signed to. I believe it is. But this is how it be happening when you have a company that's under a record label. You know what I'm saying? This is how we run into problems. But anyway, I'm about to read this article real quick, explaining the situation with Limp Bizkit. So first off, let me just show you real quick who the CEO of Universal Music Group is first, so you know who that guy is. Lucian Grange, very powerful man in the music industry, very rich man in the music industry. This is a picture right here. That's Lucian Grange. That's Lucian Grange. That's Lucian Grange, the owner of and the CEO of Universal Music Group. Now this is Limp Bizkit, the artist who's suing Universal Music Group. This is the artist named Limp Bizkit right here. Well, he's older now, so I'm going to just show a more recent picture of him. This is Limp Bizkit right here. That's Limp Bizkit. That's Limp Bizkit right there. That's Limp Bizkit. Let me see if I got any more pictures of him. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's Limp Bizkit. So I'm about to read this article to you, explaining what's going on, explaining why he's suing Universal Music Group. And this is what I'll be saying, like, this is why it's important to have your own lawyers. This is why it's important to have, we're gonna go into that in a second, but let me just read this article real quick. This is the article on Yahoo News. This is Yahoo Finance. So this is legitimate information. This ain't no bullshit website. This is from Yahoo, right? Limp Bizkit sue Universal Music Group for $200 million over unpaid royalties. Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst has sued. Fred Durst is the band that he's a part of. Limp Bizkit is the main member of the band. Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst has sued Universal Music Group, accusing the world's largest record company of withholding millions of dollars in royalties owed to the band. In the suit filed in federal court on Tuesday and obtained by Rolling Stone, Durst and his attorneys claimed that UMG designed and implemented royalty software and systems that were deliberately designed to conceal the artist's royalties and keep those profits for itself. So right there, he's basically saying that UMG did some sneaky, shady shit in order to conceal money that was owed to him and his bandmates. They also claim UMG never had any intention of paying the band. Durst alleges that that's the band that Limp Bizkit is a part of. Durst alleges that UMG owes Limp Bizkit as much as $200 million, and the suit demands that Durst and the band receive sole ownership of the copyrights to their music. So not only are they owed hundreds of millions, not only are they saying that they're owed hundreds of millions of dollars, but also they're demanding that they want to have ownership of their work. They want to have ownership of their music now. And this is what I be saying. When you sign to a label, you do not no longer, when you sign to these major labels, you no longer have ownership to your work. You no longer have ownership to the copyrights of your music. I've been saying this a lot, right? I've been saying this a lot lately. You no longer have ownership and copyrights to your music when you sign to a major label. All right, we're keeping it moving. We're going to keep it moving now. UMG's creation of such a system, while holding itself out as a company that prides itself on investing in and protecting its artists, makes plaintiffs' discovery of UMG's scheme all the more appalling and unsettling, the suit said. In the suit, Durst claims that despite Limp Bizkit selling over 45 million records, and enjoying a recent resurgence, 450 million streams in 2024 alone, he'd never received $1 in royalties from the record label. How the fuck you sell 45 million records and get 450 million streams in 1 year and you won't receive a dime from the record label? That's robbery. If what he's saying is true, and the reasons why Limp Bizkit is suing UMG, Universal Music Group, if what he's saying is true, then they bending him over and basically fucking him in the ass with no Vaseline. Figuratively, of course. I mean that figuratively. They robbing him. That's robbery. That's robbery. That's robbery. That's what that is. You're robbing him. There's nothing ethical about this. That's robbery. That's robbery. Earlier this year, after UMG had reached out to Durst about anniversary re-releases on some of his music, Durst and his team had begun to dig further into the band's royalty history. Durst and his managers discovered 2 accounts totaling about $1 million payable to the band that UMG had never informed them about, according to the suit. They also alleged that while the accounts were payable beginning in 2019, UMG had fraudulently reclassified them as unrecouped so the company could avoid paying them. So they doing shady shit to the band to not pay them their money. And imagine, this is a $1 billion company. UMG is a $1 billion company. They not struggling at all. Why are you robbing your artists? You making money already off mad artists. You making money already off mad record labels. Why rob artists? I just don't get that shit. And this is the problem. This is why I'm in the fight that I'm in. And this is why I say this stuff. right? I'm sorry. I'm just sharing the truth. That's all I'm doing is just sharing the truth. This is what's going on. This just happened this past week. This whole news came out. This is recent. This is new. This isn't some old shit. This is new. People up to this day still complaining about how record labels are robbing them. After viewing those accounts, Durst, we're going to keep it going. Durst's team had grown more suspicious, finding that UMG had allegedly failed to provide Limp Bizkit with accounting on royalties and unrecouped costs related to several of the band's albums and music videos from decades ago at the height of the band's fame. Durst Flawless Records, which had signed artists like Puddle of Mud and She Wants Revenge, had also never seen any of the profit share from UMG over those releases either, the suit alleged. A rep for UMG did not reply to a request for comment. So they just straight ignoring them. They asking them to basically explain why they not getting paid, what they supposed to be getting paid, why certain money they supposed to be received, they not receiving, and basically UMG was ignoring them. The suit further alleges that in multiple cases, UMG had overdrafted some of Limp Bizkit's accounts so they would go from in the black to unrecouped. For example, Durst cites an account for a music video from Limp Bizkit's fourth LP that showed a six-figure payable balance by the second quarter of 2022. But 2 quarters later, that same account said it was now 6 figures in the hole. In other words, 6 figures negative, 6 figures in the red. How the fuck that happened? Where did this additional $199,676 charged to the account come from? The suit said. It seems to have come out of thin air to overdraft Limp Bizkit's due and payable account in order to defraud Limp Bizkit and show an unrecouped account. That's illegal. That's illegal. Overdrafting your artists because you don't want to pay them what's owed to them to make it seem like they're in the red and they haven't recouped their sales of the, remember I say they give you a loan, right? And then after the label recoups what they're paid, then after that, the artist starts getting paid. But this label, what Limp Bizkit is complaining about is he's basically saying that they recoup the money. The label has recouped their money, but they still acting like they never recouped their money. So they could still keep eating more and more of the money and more of the sales, leaving Limp Bizkit and his bandmates basically broke because they're not trying to pay them their royalties. That's basically what he's saying. By July, Durst's lawyer sent UMG a letter claiming the label had grossly underpaid the band and hadn't given them any accurate statements about their royalties. All right, we're going to keep it moving. Asking for payment from their accounts and for the return of their master recordings. Per the suit, a UMG executive spoke with the attorneys over the phone, chalking up the payment issue to a technical issue with UMG's new software. Oh, so y'all ain't know there was a technical issue before? Y'all ain't know there was a technical issue before? That's what y'all telling me? Y'all ain't know that shit? Y'all ain't know that shit? This is some dodo bird shit right here. This is robbery. This is robbery. This is robbery. This is why I say that all that glitters ain't gold. This is why I say it. This is the reason right here. This is why you gotta know what you're doing and have your lawyers in place. You gotta have whatever. Later that month, another UMG executive had responded to the letter and informed the band that UMG had given the band a hefty $43 million in advances since they signed, resulting in a lengthier wait before they could finally recoup and start seeing royalties. In limited amount of royalty statements they have access to, Durst's team said they could only find recoupable charges totaling to about $13.1 million. His team called their own list of documents incomplete, but added that UMG had failed to substantiate the $43 million charge. So they're like, where the fuck is this $43 million charge? We're supposed to only owe you $13.1 million. That's what Limp Bizkit and his band is saying to the label. By August, we're going to keep it going. By August, UMG had paid Limp Bizkit and Flawless Records $1.3 million and $2.3 million respectively. The first time they'd ever gotten payments according to the suit. Durst alleges that UMG still hasn't provided the missing royalty statements they'd asked for. So they ducking their questions. They're not answering their questions. By the end of September, Durst and his team filed to terminate the contract, claiming in the suit that the band is owed more than $200 million. UMG hasn't accepted, the suit said, leaving Durst, the band, and Flawless with no choice other than the suit, because they've been ignoring them. The artist is trying to get their money they just do. They trying to get paid what they owed, and the label keep ignoring them. So they were forced to sue them. That's basically what they're saying. We were forced to sue them. They were forced to sue them. They were forced to sue the record label Universal Music Group. The causes of action listed against UMG in the complaint include fraud, negligent misrepresentation, and copyright infringement, among other claims. Make sure to share this video with 5 people you know who need to see this video. Make sure to share this video with 5 people you know who need to see this video. I don't know. I'm just sharing the truth with y'all. This is why I say you got to be careful of signing to these major record labels, because they are indeed robbing artists. Could you imagine how many artists out there ain't checking their books? They ain't checking their royalties. They ain't checking up on their business. Could you imagine? And they don't even see what's going on. So when you are part of a major label, hold on one second. Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing real quick. Yeah, I'm correct. When you're part of a major label and you feel as if there's a lot of money that you're owed that you shouldn't have been paid, what you can do is you can hire an auditor, right? And what an auditor's job is to do is they're gonna audit the record label and basically dig into your past dealings to make sure that every dime that was owed to you, you got paid. So you gotta find an auditor, right? If you have a feeling, you sign to a major label and you feel like, yo, this label is robbing me, they're not paying me what they're supposed to be paying me, get an auditor, hire an auditor, and have them basically look in the past, look through the books, look through everything with the fine-tooth comb. That means they gotta hit up even the company you registered to, right? Because you got companies where you can register as an artist. You got BMI and you got ASCAP, right? ASCAP and BMI are how you officially become, those are the main standard companies. That's how you officially become registered as an artist. And what ASCAP and BMI is supposed to do is they basically tally up whenever your song is being played on the radio, whenever your song is being played on movie films or movies, shows, wherever your song is being played, the ASCAP and BMI, they're supposed to tally up every time your song is being played somewhere. And what you would do is you would hire an auditor, and what the auditor is going to do is they're going to audit the record label you signed to and go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, find out all the times your records was played, all the times you got sales, and find out if there's any money that's owed to you that you've been missing. So that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to audit these labels. Now, if it gets out of hand where you owed hundreds of millions of dollars and it's been years past and you ain't never audited your record label, probably the best bet is for you to sue, just like Limp Bizkit did. That's probably what your best bet is to sue the record company who's responsible, because this is robbery. This is robbery. But anyway, this is your boy Jadis Creek. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think other record labels are robbing artists? Do you think this is the only artist that UMG or any other record label out there may be robbing? I don't think so, but let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts on how do you feel about artists being robbed? Do you feel it's best to be independent? Because when you independent, right, you sign yourself up to BMI or ASCAP. As an independent artist, you can do that. You can register yourself. But if you haven't done that, let's say you sign to a major label. The major label, they're the ones who's going to sign you up to BMI or ASCAP. But let's say BMI or ASCAP send them a check for you. That major label you signed to may not give you the money. Or they may cut a check for the label, but the money, some of the money is supposed to go to you. They may forget to give you what's owed to you. This is how it happens, because the label, when you sign to that major label, they the ones who register with you with ASCAP or BMI. They're the ones who do it to make sure that they getting whatever they supposed to get off of any time your song is being played. So when you independent, you got to handle your own business. You get to oversee your own business. But to me, that's more of an advantage than having a label oversee all your business, because they could be lying to you about a lot of things. They could be hiding a lot of money from you. They can be making false reports. They could be doing what UMG, what he's saying they doing, right? Making systems so that he don't see what he's supposed to be paid. You know, there's a lot of shit, sneaky shit they could do. But anyway, this is your boy Jadis Creek. Make sure to subscribe, share this video with 5 people you know. I'm going to see you in the next video. Peace.